And we're going to go to sports. Up next, up actually right now, Steve Sabins, head coach, baseball, West Virginia University, Mr. MLB Draft himself. Steve, you there? Good to have you with us. There he is. We got him. I'm not getting your audio. We see you. No audio. Got to hit the audio button there, Steve. Nope. No audio for Steve. Got you on video. Help him out there. All right. We're going to get Steve Sabins up there in a minute. Tyler, if you can help him out getting his audio up. And we got him on video, but he is the head coach of West Virginia University baseball. And now we're just trying to get his audio up. Also, one of the things that we were talking about, we had Ren Baker on yesterday, special show at about 1:15 to 1:45 p.m. Ren Baker, we got him? I just heard something. We got Ren
Yes,
Baker.
Yes, I'm going to put him back on now.
Okay. Ren Baker, the athletic director for WVU, West Virginia University. We had him for a half hour. It was a great segment. If you want to go see it, it's on YouTube under Ren Baker. That's with a W, W-R-E-N. You can go to YouTube, John Fredericks Show. His right there. 30-minute interview, touch a lot of bases. Okay, back with Steve Sabins, head coach, WVU baseball. Steve, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, there we got Steve's audio. Good. Okay, Steve. Listen, great to have you on. You had an amazing season. Your first season as head coach. You were named, I think, All Eastern Region head coach of 2025. You took your team to the Super Regionals, second time in a row. But, Steve, I really wanted to have you on today because 5 of your players just got drafted. One of them, a 6th, signed as an undrafted free agent. So 6 of your players are now signed to play professional baseball. That is a dramatic accomplishment in getting players and putting them in a position to get drafted, which is their dream. I just want you to comment on that, Steve.
Yeah, it's incredible. And that's where in our position, you're always having to build rosters and think about winning and find ways to make sure that West Virginia University is competitive in this landscape. And then for a moment there, you have some great players that are leaving. But if you can't enjoy watching those kids from high school develop, get better, and then accomplish their dreams, you're in the wrong business because it's the funnest time of the year, really. I mean, Jack Kartsonis, he called crying because he got an opportunity with the Rays, and Kern had the biggest smile that I've ever seen from him. And it's just one of those days that these kids, from the time that they were 4, 5, 6 years old, wanted to accomplish that. And so to get to be part of it and see that and obviously have a little piece of that is very rewarding. And it's been good. We've been kind of producing professional talent at a very high level on a consistent basis. And, in the last 10 years now, we have 12 big leaguers. I think there's over 55 draft picks. But after this, the next step is to try to make it to the big leagues. That's the next test for these kids.
Well, J.J. Weatherholt, which was your first round draft pick in 24, he's now in the Cardinals organization, AAA, and he's hitting like 350. He is very likely to get called up with the September call-up when MLB expands rosters to 40 people. You're going to see him in the major leagues. It's just a great story. And, of course, for Ann and I, being there for 2 seasons, seeing these players, Skylar King, Logan Save, great story. By the way, there's a great piece on him coming out today on WV Sports Nation. Go to WVSportsNation.com. Follow it there. Follow us on there. Like it, WVSportsNation.com. Updates every day. I got 8 writers there. It's a tremendous site. Again, WVSportsNation.com. But, Logan Save was your catcher was going to get drafted in the prior season and wanted to go in the top 10, did not, was probably going to go 15, somewhere in there. decided to come back to West Virginia. So he bet on himself, and then he goes in round 7. What a great story.
Yeah, incredible. And he's a kid we recruited in his 8th grade summer. So like committed here as an 8th grader, heading in his 9th grade year. That's when you used to be able to talk to anybody as far as recruiting goes, and to know that guy for 7-8 years now. Then bet on himself, then come back, have a great year, take our program to the best year in program history with 44 wins and a super regional berth. To see him sign in the top 10 rounds is incredible. And then obviously the other kids just getting to share in their experience has been wonderful. What's the pitch all about today? Did you interview Logan?
I did not. One of my writers did, but
Okay.
I did talk. Obviously, I'm friends with his dad, Jeff Save, who's a big part of the story. And I called Jeff after that. And
Okay.
Jeff, of course, pitched in the College World Series for Clemson, pitched in the minor leagues for the Red Sox. He was also a field goal kicker, so he has a lot of talent. But we got the story coming out today. But then also, I'm a big fan of Kyle West. Had a tough season in his junior season, comes back at his senior, starts hitting everything. It's all those homers. And he gets drafted by the Yankees. That short right field opportunity he's got. If he ever gets to the bigs, he could hit 35 homers there. So excited for him as well.
Yeah, he was incredible. And obviously coming from being a West Virginian, then playing Division II baseball, then getting the opportunity to go to the quote unquote big leagues by coming to West Virginia, and then getting, offered a deal by the New York Yankees, which is the pinnacle of professional baseball. Right. It's just like from where that guy was 2 years ago to now. He left on a plane yesterday to report to Yankees camp. It's incredible. It's something that he'll always remember. He should be proud of forever. And he's a West Virginian through and through, and his journey's been incredible. I mean, he was having a tough time deciding if he wanted to go into the portal from the Division II school that he was at. And I bet today he's probably saying that was a good idea. That wasn't such a bad idea for me to bet on myself.
I think so. He bet on himself too, and many of your players did. So 5 West Virginia University baseball players drafted. They're going to play professional baseball. One of them undrafted signee. And basically the thing with an undrafted signee, once you get there, it doesn't matter if you were drafted first round, 20th round, 22nd round, even though they don't have those now. Undrafted signee, everybody starts even. You perform, you're going to move up. You don't perform, you're not going to move up. So it's all, the day they get there, it's all even, right? Doesn't matter. Well, I was 7th round, I was 10th round, I was undrafted signee. You're there in the minor league system, Steve. As you know, everybody starts equal, right?
Yeah, that's right. The only difference in that one is if they put $7.5 million in you, they're not going to cut you after some failure or a little bit of adversity early. Right. They're gonna make sure that they get some sort of return on that investment long term. Right. So it's more of the money side of it financially.
Right.
A lot of the lower draft guys or the free agent guys, if you don't perform right away, you can be out of baseball within the year. So that's the big measure, just kind of understanding that leverage and making sure that you become a valuable asset to that organization.
Steve, let's go to West Virginia baseball 2026 season. You've got a ton of new players out of the portal like you did in 24. So your game is changing there, right? You're becoming kind of a portal baseball team, right? You come to West Virginia. It's not like you're getting a bunch of kids out of high school and developing them over time. Is that the strategy you have? Is that sustainable?
I don't think that's our strategy. We have 12 high school players coming in, and so the whole world has changed. Certainly, like you look at national championship team LSU, like the year before, they lost more than half their roster. So pretty consistently, these Power 4 schools, if you lose half your roster, how do you want to fill the other half? portal and high school guys. So our philosophy probably in the last few years has been more half and half, bringing in the high school kids, bringing in the portal guys. But it is certainly transformed into an older person's game, older players' game. These teams that are winning at the highest level, they have majority of their team is sophomore through seniors, juniors through seniors, some grad students in there as well. Now they had that Pavia ruling where the junior college kid could get an additional year back to play. So you have these 5th and 6th year players in college as well. So it's age and it's experience. So a lot of times kids don't have that success at the highest levels until their junior or senior year. So that either means slugging it out as a freshman and a sophomore with things not going your way, or that means going to a lower level, Division II, junior college, getting a ton of at-bats and experience, and then making the jump. But in general, yeah, it's normally an older game at the highest levels. But it doesn't mean that the young guys don't get their opportunities or they don't play. It just means it's a battle. It's super competitive. And as these pro teams start shrinking the drafts like they did, and the minor league system starts shrinking more and more and more, college baseball just keeps getting more competitive.
No doubt about it, especially there's a roster reduction, right? Going into 26, right? Right now you can carry a 40-man roster. What is it going to in 2026?
It's going to 34-man roster across the country. And so starting in the spring, you're going to be at 34. There's some exceptions. There's like new rules coming out every day. So we're learning about how settlements and NIL goes and collectives and designated student athletes and all these factors that go into this. And so I think everyone's trying to figure out the rules of when do we have to make a roster? When does that have to be set? What does the spring look like? So that's where we're at right now. But eventually, I'd say in the next 4 years, they've made it very clear that at some point you're going to have 34 guys probably to start the fall and 34 guys to go into the spring. What you got is what you got, and you go to work with them.
Right. And but right now there's some carve outs for exceptions for some returning players, but your conference roster stays the same. How many is that? That's the 34, right?
Conference is 30.
Is 30. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get to 30 and you that's who can play in a conference game. You can travel whoever you want. You could bring 100 to the game if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but
right. But basically, when you get the conference, that's going to stay at 30. That's the way it's been. But your rosters across the country are going to be cut in baseball to 34 from 40, except there are going to be exceptions, carve outs for some returning players. So we'll have to figure that out. But the 30 conference stays the same. Okay. Right. Final question. It worked out for you, but you got criticized. Tyler, hang on a second. You got criticized last season for having a soft early schedule. A lot of criticism on that, but it worked out because you got to the super regionals and you won the conference, so it didn't matter. Are you having that strategy again?
Not a strategy, more just availability is a huge piece of it. So cold weather school, you have to go south. So who's willing to play the Mountaineers for 3 or 4 games? We have 4 series non-conference. And so how scheduling works is I don't get to pick my opponents. I get to collaborate with another school that's in the best of our ability. And so, yeah, certainly worked out great. Incredible situation that we were in. The schedule ended up being pretty good, other than there was one opponent that we played 4 games against that had a very bad year. So you never know what your schedule is going to be until those schools actually finalize the season and how they do. Because if whoever you play, if they play really well, then you had a tough schedule. If they don't play well, you didn't have a good schedule. So just like anything, you don't know the strength of your schedule until the season's over. So we will have to go down south and we'll have to play, good teams in southern states with great recruiting areas. So our schedule's close to
final. Steve, we got to go. I'm out of time. Follow him on X at Steve Sabins, at Steve Sabins. Michael Patrick Leahy next.